Well, my name is Jennifer Blanc-Biehn, and I use Jennifer Blanc-Biehn when I'm producing and directing, mostly producing now only, and I use Jennifer Blanc and have for a very long time as an actress. And I'm an actress, and I was born in New York City, and I live in Los Angeles now, and my significant other is Michael Biehn, who's from the Terminator and Aliens, and we have a production company together now. We have a little boy too, which is our best production of all. And we love movie making. We met on a movie and acting in it. And it's cool to work for other people, but it's also cool now to be on the other side of it with our smaller movies and be giving up and coming filmmakers a chance, people who've really wanted to do this for a long time a chance, and put ourselves even, like I put myself in a role that I hadn't gotten to play yet. So, there's a lot of cool stuff about doing this. And anything else you want to know, you probably have to ask me. My influences, well, Michael Biehn for sure, just on a personal level, has helped me greatly. Being around me and being around him, he basically has taught me so much about truth in story and just sort of the ability to get a little more confident when acting so that I can really have some fun with it and really let myself go. I think I used to be before I met Michael, I was very rigid in my acting and very kind of regimented, and I knew how I was going to say it instead of listening to what the other person was saying. And I still was doing a good job, but I wasn't listening, and now if you incorporate that with listening, you might have different responses than you originally planned in your head because somebody might throw you something different. So he's really taught me a lot about that. There's an acting teacher named Jean Bua who has passed away, but he was just a wonderful teacher leading up to when I started Party of Five. And, there's directors that I particularly love. I love what Alexander Payne is doing. I think he's phenomenal. I love what Woody Allen has done. I love what Christopher Guest does. And it's actually funny that those are the people I'm naming because they're so far outside of the genre that we're working in. You would think I would be like, Rob Zombie, and who is fantastic and has his own style. But those are really the people that kind of spark me. And then I do really like Clint Eastwood and Ben Affleck's movies. I do like those political thriller type movies as far as an audience member looking up to directors. As far as an actress, I mean, Meryl Streep's the best actress of all time, and nobody can really ever beat that. And so she's just a kind of a wonderful all-around woman to kind of watch and model yourself after in so many ways. There's a lot more, but that's good for now. My favorite Michael Biehn movie is hard because I feel like my favorite Michael Biehn movies are I kind of almost can't pick are Aliens and Terminator. But my favorite Michael Biehn character is Johnny Ringo. So, and it's hard. It's even hard to pick, Coffey's a great character. He has like some of the most epic characters of all time in science fiction and in, just really movie making. And it's hard. It's really hard. I do love the movie Aliens. I do have to say that's a fantastic movie. So I'm going to go with that as the movie, but Ringo as the character. Although everybody loves Kyle Reese because he's a hero. Yeah. Well, I mean, it was an intense situation all around because we shot in 11 and a half days. The victim is definitely our baby as far as like films go because it's two actors getting into a side of filmmaking that no matter how experienced you are, you can't know anything about until you're in it, and along with Lorna Paul and Brock and Ryan and Denny. I mean, there's so many of us that were just in the thick of it, and it was an intense filmmaking experience. Michael is a very gifted director. He made the movie he wanted to make. You know, that also is not a $100 million movie. That's a $100,000 movie. So, you know, it's very different when you're making that low a budget movie, and to make it look that good, I think, is very hard. And a lot of people don't think like that. They think every movie they're watching is the same budget, but it's vastly different. And we only shot with one camera, whereas now we've learned, you know, on our other films that we're doing in even shorter amounts of time, we'll shoot with 2 and 3 cameras like what you guys are doing, because that's the way you do it to make it go quicker and to pick up what you need in low budget filmmaking. But we didn't know that, so we were with one huge red one Mysterium camera, like, you know, chugging along. And we happened to have Eric Curtis and Brock are really good lighting people, so we had a lot of help, but it was intense. It was really intense. And Michael's he's a great director. He definitely pulls it out of you, but we're a couple too, so at the same time, while I'm listening to everything he says, I'm also fighting with him about it too. So we were like, if you get the actual DVD and not the you know, the streaming, the whatever, like don't get it on iTunes, just buy the DVD from Walmart. It's like there's a whole section of extras, and it's like a half-an-hour movie of behind the scenes, and it's hilarious. It's just he gets choked out by Ryan because he told him to do the LAPD chokehold on him, which was like, don't do that. And then like me and him fighting, and just all kinds of crazy stuff, shenanigans going on the set. And you know, we made the movie we wanted to make, and we're proud of it, and it's done quite well for what it is and for any movie. And it seems to have a life, you know, it seems to keep going. And people keep coming back and watching it and reviewing it, and that's exciting for Michael too, because it was something, you know, exciting for him to do. I don't know about directing a musical, but I'd love to be in one and sing, and yes, I do still sing. I do a lot of karaoke for fun. I sang in Friends Till the End with Shannon Doherty. I did sing. I grew up starting as a singer, and then it just transferred into acting. And yes, I sing. Yes, I would love to do a musical. I don't know that I'm going to direct again. I've directed 2. One is The Girl, and it's called what did they just name? Psychopath. They just put it out in the UK, and they called it Psychopath. And it's starring Michael and Evie Louise Thompson and Tia Carrera and some other cool people. Nick Nicholson, Lorraine Ziff, and my mom has a role in it. Her friend Dana has a role in it. So it was fun as a director to be able to do that. And I think it's a good little film. And then The Night Visitor 1, I directed with a great cast. And I think I'm done directing. It's a lot of work. And I think it deserves to be in the hands of people who are truly passionate about it, not just somebody who's capable of doing it. I think the passion is so important. And why not give other people an opportunity? I'm passionate about acting. I'm passionate about producing. Passionate about singing even. Directing, I was excited, and I thought I was going to be passionate about it, but I figured out my passion were in the other places. So I think that's it for me. I'd love to see Michael direct again, but he says that's it for him. So we'll see.